For 14 years, my ex refused to take a paternity test. But the moment a judge finally ordered one, she completely lost it. When my ex, Natalie, told me she was pregnant, something didn't add up. I had been deployed overseas for 8 weeks, yet she told me she was already 5 weeks pregnant. I immediately questioned it. I offered her one simple solution: take a DNA test. If the child was mine, I'd accept responsibility, establish custody, and pay child support through the proper legal process. But Natalie refused. Instead, she told everyone I was a deadbeat who had abandoned her and our daughter. Her daughter, Emma, was born 7 months later. For years, Natalie kept sending me pictures and messages saying things like, "Emma wants to know where Daddy is." But I continued giving her the same answer: DNA test first, then we'll talk. She even started showing up at my apartment with Emma. Eventually, I had to get a restraining order. But there was a strange loophole in my state. The order lasted only 2 years. So every 2 years it expired, and every 2 years Natalie came back. I'd offer the DNA test again. She'd refuse again. Then I'd have to file another restraining order. This happened for 14 years. Eventually, I got married to my wife, Kim. We have a 9-year-old son named Henry. We had tried to keep him away from the whole situation. Then last month, everything exploded. Henry and I were at his school's family science night when a teenage girl suddenly walked up to him. She said, "Hi, I'm your big sister, Emma." Henry was confused and scared. He immediately ran to his teacher. I had to explain the entire situation in front of several other parents. I told them Emma wasn't legally established as my daughter, and that her mother had spent 14 years claiming I was her father while refusing a DNA test. The room went silent. One mother later told me she thought it was cruel to tell Emma she wasn't my daughter. I asked her, "What am I supposed to do? I've offered the same DNA test for 14 years." She had no answer. The next day, my lawyer filed another restraining order. The school also contacted Child Protective Services. Then came the court hearing. I expected another routine hearing, but this time, something was different. Emma was there with an older woman and a court-appointed guardian. My lawyer whispered that CPS may have removed Emma from Natalie's home. The judge reviewed the history: 7 previous restraining orders, the school incident, the CPS investigation. Then my lawyer stood up and said, "My client is willing to take the DNA test right now." After 14 years, there was finally nowhere left to hide. I watched Natalie closely. Her face suddenly went pale. Her hands started shaking. She looked terrified. Her own lawyer grabbed her arm and told her not to say anything. The guardian agreed to the DNA test. Right there in court, they brought out the test kits. I gave my sample. Then Emma gave hers. For the first time in 14 years, Natalie couldn't delay it. No more excuses. No more accusations. No more 2-year cycle. The judge also issued a temporary restraining order protecting me, my wife, my son, and our extended family. Now we're waiting for the DNA results. They should arrive before the next hearing in 4 weeks. As my lawyer and I walked out of the courthouse, he put his hand on my shoulder and said, "This might actually be over." And after 14 years of uncertainty, that's all I want.